good.
Wow. I love it.
Oops, my first IG Live.
Is this your first IG Live? Listen, I am so glad to have you on Conversations for Sisters Only.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I want to let everybody know that Lynn is on West Coast time. So what time is it there, Lynn?
It is 1:30 in the afternoon.
1:30 in the afternoon. What is it, like 4:30 here? Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you.
Listen, I just want people to know that I have gotten to know Lynn on the sideline. I don't even want to talk about how we met and who introduced us. I will say that for the end, right? Because I want this show to be about you. Hey, Limbo, say hello, everybody, to Lynn Talbert. Lynn,
hi, everybody.
First of all, tell everybody who you are, and then we're going to talk about your new project.
Okay, well, my name's Lynn Sisson Talbert. I'm a theater and film producer, and the latest project coming up is Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Story, coming out on Netflix.
And listen, keep talking about yourself. Keep talking about yourself.
That's pretty much me. I'm really excited about this project. Hopefully y'all have seen the trailer with Felicia Rashad and Forrest Whitaker and Keegan-Michael Key and Hugh Bonneville. Oh my gosh, it's like this project is like a dream come true, and this has been our passion for the past, trying to get this done for 20 years, but
wow.
For the past 3 years we've been working on it, and even in this COVID environment we've been able to make it happen. So
okay, looks like we froze for a second, and she's going to come in. Yes, I saw the trailer. There you go. Now, Lynn, talk about, and you said it's been about 20 years, because you guys actually took up residence overseas for a while. Talk about that and just pulling it all together. And John Legend, also, I think that might have frozen. John Legend worked with you guys on the project. How awesome. Just a group of incredible stars.
Oh my God. So amazing. So Philip Lawrence, who actually writes all the songs with Bruno Mars, all those hits that you saw, he came on as the songwriter for the film.
Yeah.
And him and Davey Nathan. And so we were looking for someone else to come in and be a part on helping bring this world to life musically. And we sent the script to John. Harvey Mason, who's on the project as well, sent the project to John and Mike Jackson, and they loved it instantly, thank God. And they were like, let's do it. You know, we've never seen anything like this. It's time right now. John was like, I want something for my little girl and my son to watch where they see images that look like them.
Oh my
and
God.
You know, he was really great in helping give notes on musically themes throughout. And you know, with Philip Lawrence, oh my gosh, the gorgeous songs and the fun that he did. And it's been amazing.
I want to talk to you as well. When I do the Conversations for Sisters Only piece, it's to focus on, at some point you had a dream to do what you're doing, and you're here. What happened in the middle? That you had the dream, then there's that piece in the middle, and you're here. And the journey's by far not over, but you're here, right?
Yeah. You know, it's like, you know, with David and I, everything happened very fast. You know, we met, I was a senior in college, you know, 3 months later we were engaged. The next year we got married, and here we are 22 years later. Yay! So it was one of those things that just happened really fast. And I think being women and moms now, I think when we come into a situation, we're always like, okay, we need to tweak this. We need to make this better. We need to do this. That's just our nature. And so I did not know that this is what I was going to end up doing. I'm just doing what I do, you know, as a woman. And little did I know that was called producing. And so, I I've been just really grateful for this journey because it was about building a business, building a legacy,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
something that was ours.
yeah,
And from that, we, you know, were able to parlay it into film and television. And it was just always looking at what's the next step? How
yeah,
can we top it? How can
yeah,
we top ourselves?
yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, and I just throw out the names of some of the projects you guys have worked on, and then we're going to talk about Jingle Jangle.
okay. First Sunday, Baggage Claim, Almost Christmas, El Camino Christmas, our plays,
Yeah,
What
yeah,
My Husband Doesn't Know, The Fabric of a Man,
yeah.
Mr. Right Now,
Doesn't
His
even
Woman,
seem
His
like,
Wife.
you know, because actually when I talked to David a couple of months ago, and I said, man, what a great body of work
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
guys have done. And I got to tell you, I knew, first of all, you know, when I talked to David a couple of months ago before, I said, hey, dude, I need to get you on my show. And when he talked about Jingle Jangle, it just had, hey, Headliner 313, he's an incredible artist manager that's out there. And so when Jingle Jangle was coming, I said, this is going to be amazing. When I saw the trailer, Lynn, I just thought, oh my God, how
right?
beautiful. How beautiful.
And let me tell you, usually when you see the trailer, they put the best parts in the trailer, right?
Right.
The trailer does not even scratch the surface
oh my God,
of what you're going to see.
It's going to be on Netflix, and it releases next month, right? November.
Yes, November 13th. It releases on Netflix. Will be in limited theaters, but I don't know who's going to a theater right now.
Listen, I am a Netflix girl, so
right.
When David said it was going to be on Netflix, I was like,
I know, we really lucked up with that, right? Because I mean, we thought, you know, they planned on doing a big theatrical release and all of that, but the fact that it is on Netflix, I mean, this was just perfect timing. Little did we know. Yeah. And I'm so glad.
Yeah. And I wish I could show the trailer some kind of way. I'm not digital savvy. That's
okay.
Yeah.
Go to my IG page.
Yeah.
And it's right there at Lynn Sisson Talbert. You click and you can watch everything.
Talk about name the Anika Noni Ray is in the.
Yeah, Anika Noni Rose.
Yeah.
Felicia Rashad. You know, Anika Noni Rose, our first Black Disney princess.
Yeah.
And Felicia Rashad, the mother of all mothers. Yeah. Forrest Whitaker, Academy Award winner. Hugh Bonneville from Downton Abbey. You know, I'm sure a lot of you were Downton Abbey fans, as I was. And Keegan-Michael Key.
Look, all my actors, my Morgan alum, Morgan State University. Yeah, this is HBC. You know, want to shout out Morgan, of course, David.
That's right.
Let me go back. I want to go back to something really quick. I only have you for 30 minutes, so I'm going to get in as much as I can.
No problem.
Even early on, because I'd known David before he met you, and then he married, and I was like, wow, David, first of all, she is just a freaking amazing.
Oh, so thank you, Frankie.
And then to have gotten to know you and watch you guys, and you know, this was when, you know, some years ago, and I just thought, y'all got to have a baby. You cannot. Remember, y'all got to have a baby, and then now you're a mom and a wife. How has that changed your life, being a mom?
Oh my God, it's everything. Like, why did I wait 15 years? I just didn't know that time was going. You know what I mean? And I look up and we're 15 years in and I'm like, oh my God, if we're going to do this, we need to do this, you know?
Right.
So, oh my God, Elias is like the love of our life. And, you know, he helped inspire, you know, what we're doing now as well, because we look at him and we want him to see himself in the images that we create. And, you know, it's always been important for us to, and for me, to really showcase Black women, Black families, you know, our style, our look, our whole vibe, our strength. And you know, now to even show children, you know, in a world where they can imagine themselves that anything's possible. And you know, it's a global message, because, you know, at the end of the day, we all want the same things. And that's what people need to understand. It's like, we want the same things for our kids, for our families, and we need to love one another and respect one another and the differences that we bring. So
does Elias, does he get it all? Does he know? You know, and what did he say when he saw the trailer? And he was there with you guys when you guys were shooting and all that. So
yeah,
does he get it?
He loves it. I have not shown him the movie intentionally, because I don't want to take away the magic from him. I think you could get jaded when you see how it happens. And, you know, I had to lie a little bit, you know, because he's like, is that real when they're flying? I'm like, of course it's real. You know, I'm like, but don't tell anybody, because we have to act like it's fake, you know, so nobody knows how we do this thing. But so I want him to still have the experiences that I had as a child watching Mary Poppins or watching The Wiz, you know. So I try to do that, but he's in heaven. I mean, he got to live in London for 8 months, going to British school. You know, he even had like a little accent. We in the little uniform, we called him Larry Potter. So, you know, it was just, for him to have those experiences, that's what's priceless to me, you know, and to see the world and to see the beautiful women that were there of all types, in their African garb, in their Muslim garb, you know, in their Indian authentic, you know, wardrobe. That was something that was really important to me, because I want to show him how people of color are all over the world.
That's amazing. How awesome. And he's got 2 great parents as well.
Thank you.
You know, and I say to anyone who has access to anything when raising children, opposed to, you know, and folks say, I don't have to go over here, can I find a babysitter? There's some of these experiences, you know, I'd have my daughter right on my hip. And you know, and she learned how to behave in environments. Even when she would look over and she'd whisper at me and say, how long are we gonna be? She would sit.
She would sit there.
And then she understood. And now that she's in her 20s and out on her own, she's like got these experiences on her own. I was saying to somebody the other day, she was with my mom and I guess she was about 8-ish maybe at the time when the former President Obama was elected, but we got in line at 5:30 in the morning. And she was with us when she's in Atlanta. She just couldn't wait to vote, but she's voted absentee. It's showing our kids, giving our kids those experiences to know that these things are possible. So wherever she's been backstage with me at concerts and everything else. So, and you know, and so that our children aren't out here and they can't be hustled, especially for girls. And that's a whole different conversation. So some little fella can't say, come ride with me in my nice car. She's like, no, I got my own nice car. What else you got? You know what I mean? Because we can easily be manipulated. But on the other side of that, of just showing our kids that there's a world out there, that all of this can be yours. All things are possible. And so that experience had to be amazing to be in London.
Yeah, oh, it was. It was. And we're so proud of your daughter. She graduated. She's so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you know, that's really what it was, you know, and it really it inspired us for the story as well. It really just lent a new experience for us and broadened our horizons as far as just how we saw where we could go. You know, it's like you think that the world stops here, but you haven't even scratched the surface, you know? And I just encourage people to travel, to get out there, to go see the world. It's very important. It's very important for your soul and your peace and just for you to see what more is out there for you, what more is there for you to do.
So I have quite a few people who have popped in, and they're actors. Some of them are, you know, inspiring writers of the like. What advice would you give people in their journey and wanting to accomplish their goal? Let me shout out Charles as well, Charles Harris, who's doing amazing stuff. So what advice would you give actors when they walk into the room and they're auditioning or, getting out there and accomplishing their dream, whatever it is in stage or film or movies?
Do the work. Do the work as far as studying your craft, studying your character, do the research on the team that you're going into audition for, and watch their projects so that you can see what style they may do their projects in, so you're very familiar, and just bring yourself to it. Bring yourself to the character, and go for it. If there's something you want to add to it as far as personality or a way to see it, I say go for it. There's been so many times that we have hired someone because their point of view was so authentic and different. And it's been like, this is good. I didn't think of it like that. You know what I mean? It's getting better out there. I know a lot of actors, they feel like, wow, am I ever going to get that shot? Or there's nothing out there for me. If it's nothing there for you, create it. Create it. Because we're in a world now. I mean, look at the Issa Raes, look at the Ramis. They've created their stories and built their empire off of telling their stories, basically. You got YouTube, you've got all these outlets now that we never had. So I say do it.
Lynn, is that Lima Booth for Life said, we need more Black female mentors like you two sisters. Listen, I always try to say, I know, isn't it nice? Thank you. And if you guys have any questions, ask them. I've got Lynn for about 12 more minutes, and I always do my question and answer at the end, Lynn, so get ready for that, okay?
Sure.
So if anybody has a question that you want to ask Lynn, pop in your question, and we'll be more than happy to ask her your question. Jingle Jangle out next month on Netflix.
November 13th.
Man, I am so uberly proud of you guys. And when I saw it, it blew. Not that I didn't know what the jingle jab, and I kind of had an idea, but when I saw it, and I think the word, when you said magical, it's so well done. And here's the thing. I don't care. I don't care if you're Black, white, Christian, non-Christian, Asian, short, tall.
That's
right. You can relate to this film.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, Frankie, they're translating this film in 32 languages. So
that's 32 checks. That's 32.
Yeah. I hope so. Right. And it's not subtitles. Like, they're literally doing it where the actor is mimicking, doing the language. You can see the trailer in French and in Italian and in German. And that is what means so much to us because, we've been underrepresented for so long. And it makes us feel so proud that we're able to give this global idea and story to the world.
So David E. Talbert, my
yes
my guy. Listen, talk about just and not anything intimate. This isn't, I don't do in people business because I got some bones in my own closet. So I don't talk about that kind of stuff. Folk out here talking about people business. I'm like, okay, your turn coming.
Right.
But to be married to a creative person, because creative people walk slightly to the left. They look different. We look different. So people in radio, music, and theater people, because they got little people running around in their head. David is an incredible writer. Got all these people running around in his head. What was it like being married to a creative person like David E. Talbert?
Wow. I mean, it's been great, because I've actually seen the evolution of David. So it's a wonder to watch. He's so brilliant at what he does, and he strives to get better and better. It doesn't matter where, the goals that he reaches, he strives to be better and better. And I really admire that. We both we're both very creative in that way as far as how we want things to come across. But, you have to allow someone you have to give them that space
Yeah.
to be. And I
Yeah.
think that's with anybody, you know,
Yeah.
whether you're creative or not, you have to allow them to have that outlet and to get out what they're thinking and get out what they're feeling and get out their stories before you know, start giving your notes on it. And that's something that I've learned, you know, through the years to be better about.
So let me say hi to V Brown, actor, singer. Thank you for joining the conversation. Hi, Shanana Film. Now, what is it like for David to be married to you?
I'm gonna have to ask him that. He says that it's amazing, you know. happy wife, happy life is the mantra at my house.
Right. That's awesome. November 13th, Jingle Jangle on Netflix, and I am so excited for you guys. You know, I absolutely love you to life. There's nothing you can do about that. I am really, really just excited about this. You know, I've caught all the movies, the plays, the books, and this is that time of year where a lot of people aren't going to get to family. I have a huge family, and we've decided not to do Thanksgiving together. And I was like, okay, Frankie, prepare yourself psychologically that the holidays are coming. And then some people have been hit financially, just so much going on. So we need a fun, loving story, a family story. So I think that this is hitting, although COVID is funky, this is hitting at a wonderful time, especially for families with children, where they can sit and together as a family watch an amazing piece of work. So, you know, I'm really excited for you guys. Anything you want to share with us before we get to my question?
Yeah, you know, with the film coming out, we also wrote some companion books to go with it through Razorbill and Penguin Random House. One is a kid's illustrated book, picture book called The Square Root of Possible, which is based on a song in the film. I had an amazing Black female illustrator, Tara Nicole Whitaker. She illustrated the book, and it's beautiful. So you'll be able to read a story to your little ones as well. And we have a middle grade book called Jingle Jangle, The Invention of Jeronicus Jangle, also coming out for those 10 and up. They're available for pre-order now, and they'll be shipped on December 1st. And another surprise and full circle moment is for that middle grade book, Felicia Rashad is doing the audio book of
Wow.
Yes, so she's reading it.
Text me so I can make sure
I will.
I post it and I can put the link and all that kind of thing to it so that everybody will have it. I was actually going back and forth. Stephanie Mills, because her son wrote a book. And it's a wonderful, wonderful book. So I want to make sure I buy your book.
Thank you.
I want to buy the book and share it. And this is a great time, especially because I've got maybe under 10 years old, probably 14 or 15 nieces and nephews. But look, because I want to get them. I'm going to overnight them to you. So y'all sign.
Absolutely. I will.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then y'all overnight it back to me so I can
get it
to my nieces and my nephews for sure.
You got it.
That's a wonderful thing because Stephanie's son's book, it just released this week, and he wrote, and it's a wonderful. book.
I'm definitely gonna purchase that. We love Stephanie. Book. She was in one of our plays.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's a wonderful book. So I'm so glad that you guys are doing that as well. So you know, there's gonna have to be a Jingle Jangle too, and Jeronicus and.
Absolutely. I plan on Jingle Jangle being a part of holidays forever. This is going to be our holiday classic. Wow. That is the goal. And just like how there are all those other stories that are out there that are just classics, no matter how long, that's what this is going to be.
Good. All right. Very good. So text me that information. So
I will.
Anybody that didn't write it down, I'll have it posted. And also follow Lynn. Now, Lynn, it's just Lynn Talbert following you? Because look, I told you it's Lynn Talbert on IG.
Lynn Sisson Talbert. Lynn Sisson Talbert on IG and Twitter.
Listen,
I'm sorry, on IG and Facebook. I talked
with David and you checked in. I was like, oh, there's her name. Click. Because if I had to go search for it and find it.
Yeah.
So I see it, I click when I see it. So I go search and I get lost. But good.
That's right.
So yeah, give it to everybody again. And you follow me on my page. But go ahead. Give it to me. Give it to everybody again.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you ready?
Lynn Sisson Talbert. Mm-hmm. And then the book is called The Square Root of Possible, a Jingle Jangle story.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh, is that what you're asking me, Frankie? I'm sorry, you went out for a second. Were you asking me the book titles?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Square Root of Possible, and the other one's called Jingle Jangle, The Invention of Jeronicus Jangle. Okay,
great. All right, so you ready to play?
Yes.
So I do, at the end of all of my interviews, I ask this is super crazy joined. Hi, super crazy. All right, so I ask you a question and you give me the answer of what comes to mind. You ready?
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So heels or flats?
Heels.
You're a heel girl?
Yes, but only for a few minutes. I'm going to choose them first because they look better. But then I got my flats in my purse.
Spandex or working out?
Spandex.
Okay. All right. Fleece pajamas or satin come get me sleepwear?
Fleece.
You do the fleece?
Yes.
Y'all been married?
I do. I do a satin pillowcase and fleece pajamas.
All right. Lights on or off?
Off.
Socks on or off?
Off.
Okay. Natural or permed up?
Natural.
Okay. Cook or takeout?
Cook.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're a cooker?
Yes.
All right. What's one of your strong meals in the kitchen?
Oh, you'll like this. Lump crab cakes.
That's a good one. All right.
Thanks.
All right. Movie night or a night out dancing?
It's been a lot of movie nights lately, but we love a good movie night. But I love a good night dancing too. I just haven't done it in a while. I need to.
All right. Now, are you and David dancers? Are both of you guys dancers?
I'm more of the dancer because I love
dance at all. Can he?
He does a little bit when I beg him to do it, but he said he's going to take me to a go-go dance club. He's been saying this for probably 20 years, and he hasn't yet.
All right.
So I just got Chuck Baby in the background.
Vintage or contemporary?
Vintage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Daylight or sun? Daylight or nightlight? Daylight.
I would say.
I should say.
Oh, daylight or moonlight? Moonlight. I'm a night owl.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Lynn Talbert. Thank you,
Thank
sweetheart.
you. Thank you.
It's good to see you. It is good.
It's so good to see you.
And this
Thank
is your
you.
first IG, so I appreciate you.
I hope I did okay. I will try to do more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And listen, so before we go, you just have to give everybody what I do is my nourishment for the soul, words of affirmation to leave people with. What would you give people?
Never accept no from someone who can't say yes.
All right. I like that. I like that. Love you, my dear.
Love you. Thank you, Frankie.
Give your fellas a hug for me. And if
I will.
Cassandra. Oh, look, Cassandra Lewis. This is one of my sorors as well. She said, you did wonderful, Lynn. Oh.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Thanks a lot, Lynn. I appreciate you. Get back to your day. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
Thank
I'll
you,
talk
Frankie.
to you later.
Take care. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.